Excuse me. Is this how I get the wind down Wednesday? I don't always have vanilla, but when I do, it comes straight from the beaver. I don't always have vanilla, but when I do, it comes straight from the beaver. I don't always have vanilla, but when I do, the leaf is in the leaf.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully I get some more people up here as well. It's not just me and Gil all night. Not that that's a problem, but yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Not a problem.
Let's see. I got Gardner Leah. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Outdoor Adventures with Outdoor Eagle. I forgot you remember. Thank you. Grubby the Beagle. Thank you for coming in. Marshmallow Man. Thank you so much. Old Ways. Patriot Prepper. Thank you for coming in. Green Wizard. Old Ways, of course. Love you, girl. Booga. And Storm. Hello, Tofu. Green Wizard. Thank you so much. I'm repeating, it's because I can't remember. Glenn, How to Garden, JFM, thank you so much. And who else am I missing?
Green Granny just came in.
Hello, Green Granny. Hello, Cali King. Hello, TN Bushcrafter. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us this evening. I don't know where Bob is or anybody else. Make sure you're sharing us out. And let's see.
And there's Robert.
Hey, Robert.
So, question for Robert: when is he going to start doing his first stuff for Shed Wars? I'm probably not going to participate in it this year because my wife wants me running back to California a bunch, so I'm not going to be able to do much in the garden. But I can shout you out.
Yeah, it is a wonderful Friday the 13th. Star, if you can come up, please do. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in, guys. I don't really have much to talk about tonight. Just that, you know. My life has been crazy.
Yeah. Welcome to the world.
But
I had Ron Green Wizard up for the last half of my live stream before this.
Oh, cool.
We were talking, soil amendments and everything else, all the fun stuff. And of course, tonight's was the rehash of the one where I kept getting kicked off when the internet was going down. So we actually went pretty good on that, getting it set up. And there's Old Ways is saying she needs to know more about Shed Wars.
Okay. Well, Robert's in here. Basically, Shed Wars is a giant global gardening community, and we do videos, and there's teams, and then whichever team gets the most weight wins at the end of the year. So right now they're doing the Southern Hemisphere, so that's like Australia and stuff like that, and continuing with that. But yeah, Shed Wars is a lot of fun. I met a lot of good people that way. Cosmics are in it. No, it has nothing to do with Shed. And like in the beginning, you know, it was kind of like that. Like they were fighting and arguing about their shed.
And it grew.
Yeah, and it grew from there. Yeah, so I'm going to put the link out there, and if anybody wants to come up, they can. You do, however, have to show your face. There is no smoking on panel and no swearing yet.
You got another 8-10 minutes before they stop monitoring us. Are they going to swear?
Yeah, there's no swearing for the next like 8-9 minutes. Here's the link.
I know that's being tough on Gardner Josh. He's like, I mean, they're right out of the gate. They're like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's rough. I've been doing it all my life, so it's really rough. Gunslinger, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
I see you.
So that's something I noticed. I can type anybody. You can do the @ sign and the first two letters of anybody's link, and it propagates them in the chat, except for Gunslinger Outdoors.
Because he has a different, he has like cursive or italic writing on his name.
Okay.
So unless you copied and pasted that and put it in, then you're not.
I just copy and paste it and put it in. I thought it might be somebody's prejudice against his name. Wink, wink, nudge. Hey,
Josh. Thanks for coming in. Thank you guys all for being members of my channel. I really appreciate that. I'll be getting more garden videos out there as soon as gardening season picks up. Also, I will be doing the herbal classes as well, so look out for that. February, I'll be doing another one. And I'm hoping I can get Old Ways to do some kind of herbal class of some sort.
Well, I made a decision today about my indoor garden. What I did was I went and got those bussing trays. In those bussing trays and put them up so they would fit on the shelves. I got them kind of stored down below. Well, I'm going to take 3 of them, and I'm going to try to grow some lettuce this winter indoors.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm going to put 2 plants in each one of those bussing trays, and I got using 3 trays, so I should get 6 lettuce plants growing, which should be enough just for me. And of course, unless Aiden comes over, and he'll go over there and like a rabbit. But I also discovered that one of my 5-gallon buckets, when I dumped it into the gray bins, it was full. I was putting a lot of water and trying to get so it evaporate water into the air to humidify it. Get down to the bottom where it's really muddy. Guess what I had down there in the bottom mud? Sign. A lot of worms.
Oh.
So I got worms. I brought like 6 worms in from outdoors last June and put them into the pots inside. Well, they've been populating, so I got some worms inside here.
Love to do one. Just have to get it set up when I'm at my family's house and can use my laptop. Okay, cool. Just let me know.
Ooh. Tennessee grows lettuce in pint jars.
I have lettuce growing right now as well. I got like a hydroponic system. Hey, Gardner Josh, thanks for coming up. I appreciate your support, and thank you for being a Poop Troop member again. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I don't really have a whole lot going on with my channel other than the herbal classes. Probably sometime mid-February, I'll be getting a lot of my stuff started, getting moving on that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the garden season's almost here. It's like really flying by really fast.
All right, we're going to see what happens here in a second. And we're going to see how many people have had gifted memberships. So I'm just gifting 5 memberships, and we'll see how fast they get claimed.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Callie King grabbed one.
Oh,
Victor one. Out of Garden grabbed one. Idaho Garden Girl grabbed one. And the Marshmallow Man grabbed one. Boom! There they went. Poof! So guys, I just gifted you one. In 30 days, get out your credit card and extend it on your own. It's only 99 cents a month.
Yeah.
And that's how YouTube charges, 99 cents a month.
Yep. Ginger Ninja. What's up, girl? That's my #1 fan out there. What's going on? Credit card. Yeah. You can do it through PayPal. You can do it through Venmo. Automatic payments, I believe, all through those pay apps, whatever. You just load $12 on, and it's $12 a year. That's 99 cents a month. And super inexpensive and a lot of fun. Oh, there we go.
It's the Marshmallow Man joined.
Ah, there's Lewis. Maybe.
Yep,
Hey, how's it going?
Usually Melon's not very nice to you. What's up, Lewis?
Not much. Not much. What's up with you?
Not a whole lot. Hey, if you do smoke, just FYI, there's a new rule on YouTube, so just block your face, okay?
Okay, now on the melon, do I
Just hit stop video.
okay. Alrighty then.
You can still talk, you just won't be seeing your face, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like the camera button on StreamYard, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty
then.
They're still digging out of their hole, yeah.
Yeah.
And Star says
I don't know.
Google Pay.
Speaking of holes, I used to use Google Pay. Oh, yeah. You can use Google Pay, too, if anybody has that. Speaking about holes, man, my memberships were in the hole, so I've been trying to get that back up. So
that's why tonight I gave out 5. Wednesday I gave 5, and Joe gave 5, I think, on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So trying to stimulate you guys to move forward.
Yeah, my memberships were in the hole. Like, I used to have a very large membership. Like, I had close to 100 members, and now I'm at like 58 members.
I think part of that was mine and Joe's fault, because we gifted a bunch.
Yeah, but even before the gifts happened, I had like 90 members. So I don't know what happened, but I'm trying.
Whoa! Ouch! Old ways. Ouch!
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. That's like, what are you doing? The stock market or something? That's horrible.
Well, I know how that feels a little bit, because my TSP, my thrift savings plan from the federal government, is it the one month it lost $24,000, but then over the next 3 months it gained most of it back. But,
yeah, you know what, TN, that's it too. But usually before, I've been through, seasons before too, and I've never had this low of a membership gap. So I don't know. Maybe people just don't like me.
Cortney, what are you guys doing down in the basement with your stuff?
We haven't done anything yet.
See, that's what you need to do is you get your stuff going down, your greenhouse stuff growing down there, and then you can do a live webcam down there so they can watch plants grow.
Yeah.
And you put it, or you just run it, or just record it, and then speed it up and do a half-hour premiere or whatever of this is what grew yesterday. And actually, it's kind of funny watching plants grow at high speed.
That is cool. I don't know. I mean, right now, with heat and oil, I don't want to hack up the electric bill.
Right.
So that has also stopped us from doing a lot of growing right now. So I'm going to wait till the season comes, and then we're going to do that. And hopefully, it won't be freezing cold outside.
Yeah. Who was it was talking about their green the little greenhouse they did, and they put it out there and everything thawed. Oh, I know who it was. It was the maintenance guy in the city here. We still got snow in a lot of fields and stuff. He put up a greenhouse in his garden area, one of those little ones from Harbor Freight, those 8x10 ones or whatever. And he went walking. He said he went walking into the day, and it's mush. He goes, "Oh, now it's time for me to plant peas and radishes."
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry. I have really horrible brain fog. Garden State Gardener, thank you for coming in. By the way, I'm going to be on the Garden State Gardener show on Sunday, so if you guys can all tune in, I really appreciate that. Sorry, my brain is not, I don't know. It's mainly because I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking tonight. That's what's wrong.
Well, you remember what Bob said about alcohol and the chemical, when your body breaks it down, the chemicals it creates and stuff. Oh, wow.
Gardener Josh, seriously, thank you so much. That's very nice of you. Hello, Dancing Alone with Rentals. Thank you. Seriously, Josh, that was really unexpected. Thank you so much.
Well, Josh does like the ducks.
Yes. I love my ducks. Kaylin, yeah, you dropped a super. Yep, dropped a super chat. Yeah. Hockey whispered to talk to my chickens about eggs. Yeah, my chickens aren't laying. That's another issue I have. They aren't laying. They haven't been laying for a while. I'm having some issues with them. So hopefully in the spring, they'll start picking back up and we'll get more eggs. I'm not really worried about egg prices, to be quite honest. I mean, eggs are the least of my worries. If that's the case, then I'll buy 6 Isa Browns and I'll have eggs in 6 months or 6 weeks or whatever it takes. What I'm worried about is the cost of beef and that kind of stuff. Eggs are really the least of my worries.
I'm still getting eggs. Maybe 2 every other day, 1 every day.
Yeah, 31 people in here. Holy crap, y'all. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
Courtney, what my daughter did when she was when they wanted to get some beef, they went in with someone else and found a local beef grower that sells it and stuff. And so they went in and they bought the beef, bought the steer, and had it transported to the butcher, and then they stuff. So that's probably a lot cheaper than buying it at the store, even at the bulk stores, Sam's and Costco.
Yeah, I buy mine directly through the butcher. I don't go to. And I started that like a couple years ago because I refused to buy from the store. It grosses me out to think. I don't know. I don't really want to know what's in the meat at the store, and it's not my job to tell people. I shop directly through the butcher for a reason. I know what the cows look like because I see them on the way in.
Yeah, Tennessee, you're right. They're backed up for months.
Chris.
When my daughter got it, she went ahead and scheduled with a butcher 4 months ahead of time before she was going to collect the cow from the. The rancher was said, sold, set up to sell the cow. But was going to keep raising them through till the time that they had an appointment with the butcher.
Yeah. Oh my God, Blue, seriously? Thank you. No, you guys, that's really awful sweet of you. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that.
To have up here with the farms up here, it's cheaper to get livestock and then have it slaughtered. If you know how to do it yourself, it's really. The last place I was living at, I'd get the sheep for like $200 for the sheep live, and then on his farm, because him and I knew how to slaughter it, right? It was $200, and then maybe an hour's worth of slaughtering it, like dealing with it, and then letting it hang overnight.
Now, there's something I want to address. I know Homestead Aquarius talked about. I could talk about chickens all night long. I know so much about chickens; it's ridiculous. So, yes, in the winter months, they don't lay as much because it all has to do with sunlight, right? So, you can put artificial light in your coop. However, I am a firm believer in giving my chickens a break. I have chickens. I have leghorns that literally lay an egg every day. So I just feel like I need to give my chickens a break in the winter. And one year I fed them, I went all out. I fed them cat food and black oil sunflower seeds. I was like, I'm going to get eggs this winter, And I think after that, hey, there's my man. What's up? I think after that, I just felt like it took a toll on my birds. And that's just not something I want to do. So, yeah, some people don't give a crap. I do, because all of my birds are specialty birds. I have the black and white Polishes, and I have the lavender Orpingtons. I have some rare birds. I have a speckled Sussex, which is supposed to be going extinct. So I have some rare birds out there, and I don't want to stress them out too much, and so plus, if you guys have any chicken questions, you can ask me because I'll know the answer. I am a chickenaholic, and I'm a firm believer in chicken math. So, yeah. I don't want to stress them out too much. And that's that. Second,
you ever sent your
in the
chickens to freezer camp?
I'm sorry, what, honey? I couldn't hear you.
Do you ever send your chickens to freezer camp?
No.
Okay.
I am a crazy chicken lady. What? We don't send them to freezer camp. We let them die naturally. What? No, I do have.
Okay, well, I wanted to know how
specialty meat birds that I did last year, and so we did the specialty meat birds. But for the most part, I'm not eating. There's no way I'm going to eat a Polish hen. I'm just not doing it. That's not worth it to me. I'm going to kill a bird to get a Cornish hen. It's just, that doesn't feed my family. And so I don't see the point in that. And I'm not going to kill a lavender Orpington. They're too pretty. Okay, let's test your knowledge. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Oh, God, that's so confusing. Oh.
I know the answer. Shall I say?
I think it was the egg. The egg had to come first, right?
Can I say?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay. So chicken came first because eggs come from the backside.
There you go. That's the best answer I've heard yet.
Yeah, TN. Oh, God. I just don't want to do that. Oh, it's killing me. Plus, I got some beautiful roosters out there. Oh, I did, however, we did kill a couple of the roosters last year. It was too much stress on the ladies. I had like 6 or 8. I can't remember. I think I had 8 roosters. And the ladies were getting stressed, and I had to put hen saddles on them and all of that. And it was just too much. So, yeah. By the way, if I really had a chance, like I would buy more Easter eggers and I would buy more olive eggers, because the rich people just love colored eggs. They just love the greens and the blues, and they're like, oh my gosh, can I get all green? Oh, I love to share them with my friends. And so,
Cortney,
yeah.
That is a way to pay for all the feed for your chickens. Get some extra Easter eggers and sell them at the extra markup, the Richies, to let them pay for all the feed.
Yeah. People
I'm
get
gonna have to check into that, see if because they have several big farmers markets around here. I'm gonna find out to see if the eggs sell what they sell up at the farmers markets, and if anybody has any Easter eggs up there.
Yeah.
Easter egg.
Yeah, they should. They're a big thing right now. And you know what I really, really want, that I've always wanted? I wanted those copper marrons really bad, because they lay those really dark brown eggs that are just like absolutely to die for. But I have yet to do that, and I don't think I will. But yeah, I would love to do that. But the lavender Orpingtons lay this light pink egg. They're really cute. It's a really light pink egg. Yeah, I'm thinking that too, Old Ways. They've already put the clamp down in Ohio, and you have to go through the health department. You have to make sure your cooler's at a specific temperature. If you sell at a farmer's market, it is a pain in the ass. Yes, and I can say ass now because it's been over 15 minutes. Yeah, it's a pain. They make it a pain in the ass to sell at farmers market. This year I'm doing tomatoes. I will be selling tomatoes at farmers market. What you really, really want? What? Chris Wyatt, have you been drinking this evening? How many root beers have you had, sir? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Slim Shady, please stand up.
Oh, is that what that is? I am not a rap fan, so if you quote rap music around me, unless it's really old school rap, I probably won't know what it is. I am a metal.
I'm not old school, but I know some rap. Come on.
Oh my lord.
Moon has a question for you.
Do you have the Chinese chicken that laid the special dark egg yolk? No, I don't. And I've seen that. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Oh, okay. The Spice Girls. Yeah. Okay. I didn't understand the zig part. I'm confused. I used to have this chicken that laid a double yolk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of chickens those are. I cannot remember. One time my neighbor across the street bought eggs from me, and half of them were double yolkers. And those suckers were huge. Those eggs were like this big. And I can't not remember what for the life of me, what the name of that chicken was.
Is it like having twins for humans?
It's some damn aliens, I tell you.
I don't know. I don't know if maybe they're genetically crossed for that. I don't know, but it's pretty freaking cool.
Aliens, yeah. Courtney. Ohio State aliens. Yeah.
Ohio State aliens.
Why is that happening everywhere?
They invade from Indiana Ohio. And they come right into Ohio State.
The poor chicken. Yeah, the poor chicken. Those eggs were freaking huge.
Yeah, we had that occasionally with our Rhode Island Reds. It's just something happens.
Chickens can get everything humans can get, as far as that is concerned, about pushing out eggs. If they push out too many, they can get diseases and everything else. So
And we had one
Gunslinger. I have captured that on my camera. I have the video on my channel. When they laid the egg, I pointed the camera right at the, yeah.
So on a serious note, not trying to scare anybody, and I definitely don't believe in fear porn in any way, shape, or form. However, if you don't grow a garden this year, you're going to be SOL. You need to grow a garden, and you need to either find someone that is willing to go in with you at a co-op, and you either that or you need to grow a garden, and you need to save food. Things are looking really bad. Yeah. Chicken pox.
Hey,
Yeah,
Cortney.
the chickens do get a chicken pox. It's a form of herpes, and they get it all over their face and stuff. And it spreads, but it doesn't kill them. Eventually, it'll just go away because it's a virus, and they just shed it.
Really? You wanna compare that to herpes?
Yeah, chicken pox is a form of herpes.
Yeah, same with cold sores.
Yeah.
Cold sores, canker sores, they're all
that stuff.
herpes.
You know what I'm going to do for this year, Cortney? When you have to give in your measurements for your gardens, I'm going to do a 1/4 acre minus a quarter of that. So it's going to be like 3/4 of a 1/4 acre.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Next time I get a
I
cold
got
sore, I'm
trees
just gonna.
now. I can get dandelions, right? So I have chickens, right? So I'm just going to do 3/4 of a 1/4 acre.
What were you saying, Bob?
Next time I get a cold sore, I'm just going to tell my wife I got it off a toilet seat, licking a toilet seat.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
That's one way to get crabs.
Yeah.
No, not crabs, cold sores. I was at the park. I was licking a public toilet seat, and I got this cold sore.
I couldn't help myself. There was an outhouse. And it was on.
Head down, I was licking. Oh, never mind.
Oh my God, I love you.
I was going for it. You know?
But yeah, so yeah, any other chicken questions you got out there for me? Because I can answer those like you wouldn't believe. I've had chickens for years. I've had over 50 chickens for a while. I've had separate breeds. I've dealt with a-hole chickens. Yeah, those are not fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Stephanie Joe Roundtree. Thank you for attending this evening.
Today it was so cold here that I had to keep my both hands under my chicken to warm it up. Yeah.
It was cold in India? That's freaking weird. What?
Yeah, it was like 17 degrees Celsius. It's so cold.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah.
Ooh. Now I had to ask, do you people actually barter your chickens? Like, let's say that I have a breed and I want to give you out particular breed that I have created, and you have something that I don't have. Can we exchange, or do people just go and buy off the market?
Well, for one, I'm not shipping a chicken to India.
No.
I'm giving you a hard time. I know. But no, yeah, we do that. We have chicken swaps. I swap with people. Actually, I had a lavender Orpington that was mean and nasty. He literally took a chunk out of my husband's leg, and I traded that sucker up. I said, "Who wants it?" And they took it because he was a purebred, but he was nasty. and they took him. I
What
named
did you
him
get?
Rex.
What did you get in return for the swap?
We are still supposed to get a rabbit. We're supposed to get a rabbit in return. We have not. They still owe us one.
Yeah, rabbits are stinky, Corky.
Yes, but their poop is what I want.
Oh, okay.
So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I want a rabbit
poop.
poop for my garden.
There you go, Chris White. That's your answer. Oh.
Is Chris Wyatt
Sir, what part of India are you in? Northern?
South.
Southern?
Yeah. Far south.
Gunslinger, you don't kill a bird just because they're being nasty. There's lots of things that you could do. You can carry the bird around. You can pick it up. You could show them that you're boss, which is what I would do. Is you pick that sucker up and I'm like, you're mine now. And you carry them around for half the day. And then they're like, oh, you can do that. Or I have a giant whip and I'd just whip the shit out of him every time he came near me. I've done that. That might be considered animal abuse, but not if he's coming at me with his
Pecker.
talons. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
There's just lots of things that you can do before you consider eating them. And I wouldn't eat my bird.
Yeah, we would do different things.
I paid $70 for that sucker.
Like that, but when they continued, especially when they continue and they come right up at your face.
Yeah, that's chickens can kill you. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll tear the hell out of you. And yeah, that's chicken noodle soup for Sunday dinner. Done that more than once. When they don't learn and they just remain aggressive against people, no, you got to go.
Dancing one with Runtles, you can just so rabbit poop is cold. It's not hot, so you don't have to wait for it. Like chicken poop and a lot of manures, you have to wait a full year before you can put it on your garden because it's so full of nitrogen and stuff that it will just burn your vegetables, right? So things like that are cold pressed, I think it's goat poop, alpaca poop,
Deer poop.
Basically,
if you get the little round pellets.
Anything that's round pelleted, rabbit poop is cold. So you can put that right on your garden. And actually, it's probably one of the best fertilizers out there. So you just, for us, we were going to put a rabbit in the garden and in a cage, not free, because then it would eat all my stuff. But we were going to put him in a cage in the garden, and we were just going to collect the poop in buckets and just put it right on the garden.
It'd be, that would be really clever if you could make it to where you could pick up the cage and move it to different locations. So
like a rabbit tractor.
Yeah, I do that. I have a cage, I do that.
Yeah, Dirt Patch Haven had put on her raised planter beds, put the boards across, and just slides the cages down for both the rabbits and the birds. That way they just poop as they move it along during the wintertime, and they just turn it all in and stuff. So in the springtime.
Huga, no, it's not. It's warm when it comes out of the rabbits. It's warm when it comes out. What I mean by warm is that it's full of like nitrogen. It'll burn up your plants.
Yeah.
That means that it's hot. And actually, there's been cases like if you put rabbit manure on your waste pile, it will catch fire. Or not rabbit, chicken poop on your waste pile, it will catch fire. If you do not rotate that properly, it will catch fire. There's been cases where we're like, oh my gosh, my compost bin is on fire because
Uncle Al, as a kid, built a hot pot compost pile and it caught fire in the backyard.
Yeah.
Oh my!
That you don't want.
Yeah.
But rabbit poop in that kind of stuff it's considered cold, so you can just put it right on your garden. Yes, and it's extremely flammable. So that's why you have to rotate it properly and stuff like that to make sure. And in the heat of the day, if it's really hot out, well, man, it's really warm. You can't put that on a garden.
Yeah, one of the farmers I worked for, he would buy tons of.
Yeah, you don't want to put urine on the garden.
chicken manure mixed in with sawdust. He'd buy it from the chicken producers and bring in a dump trucks. And he would let it sit for 1 year. And then right after would rotivate the cucumbers under, then he'd spread it all over the soil and let it sit all winter. And then that stuff just turned out to be dynamite, man. It was really good.
Gunslinger, I'm a farmer. I shoveled out the whole chicken coop. Actually, that was kind of funny. My husband made fun of me because I pulled in. We have like a little lawnmower that had a, oh my God, I can't think.
The little sweeper thing?
No, it has a trailer on the back. God, I can't think. And so I was shoveling out. I swear, I shoveled out like a ton. It was a lot of poundage of chicken poop in the back of that. Well, it tipped the trailer, and the lawnmower wouldn't move it. So we had to get in the back and shovel some of it out before we can move it. I got too overzealous. My chickens weren't happy with me that day. They wanted in the coop to lay, and they couldn't because I was in there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You got them all confused.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, they're particular, too. They're particular. They'll go in there. If they see that you're in there, they'll just walk around a little bit, or they'll stand next to their hatch box. Like, what are you doing? Are you going to watch me lay? I don't like that. You don't have to, don't watch me lay, and they walk around. It's freaking hilarious. And it's funny when you go in there and they're already sitting in there, you open the coop, they go, they get all, fluffy.
Some of our hens would just get right up off the nesting box and go right outside. Just forget it. I'm not doing
fishes.
This.
But yeah, so I'm not scared of getting dirty. I'm not scared of poop. You have a stern talking, Barry. If chickens need to lay eggs, but you are blocking them, no, they don't do the pee-pee dance. They'll lay an egg, okay, but if you disturb them too much, they'll go outside and lay it. They're not very smart sometimes.
Yeah.
I know we'd go up in the backyard in their chicken yard, and there'd be eggs on the ground because they felt that the coop was not up to their standards.
Mine will just come and peck at my feet until I pick them up and put them in under the basket. Yeah.
However, Star down there, he babies his chickens. Like, he can hear them. He's like, oh, they're starting to lay. So he runs out there and catches them real quick. Don't you, Star? You do. I know you do. You've done that before. You're like, oh, I can hear him laying. I'm going to go outside real quick.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay. They are wet and mushy. Don't catch the egg.
Yeah, let it sit for a little while and dry. Yeah, I've done it.
I don't
the camera. Oh man, right now it's so cool out there, man. I got the Muscovies walking around the backyard, just having a good old time. By the way, Muscovies are probably one of the coolest ducks that I think I've ever owned. They're not normal ducks. They are not even a duck. They're like a cross between a duck and a goose. And they don't nest on the ground like a regular duck. They perch. And so when I came home, I have this pine tree stump, and on top of it, I just put a solar light, as a decoration. And one of my Muscovies was standing on top of my solar light, just like all majestic, like hanging out. I was like, this is hilarious. That was the day I took a bunch of pictures. So my pictures are on the community tab, but It was freaking hilarious to see them. And that black and white one is one of my favorites, though the black one comes up to me more. But the black and white one is one of my favorites. I don't know what I'm going to name it. I wanted to name it Cow or something because it's black and white like a cow.
That's a special forces duck. Special forces. That's a special forces camouflage duck.
Yeah.
Winter warfare
I'm not
duck.
a duck. I'm a cow.
Well, you can name it after the Dalmatians from Disney's 101 Dalmatians. Start naming black and white.
Start naming them. I don't know. I was thinking more the lines of like Howard because he has like kind of like a spiked hair. He's kind of punky. So I was thinking more like Howard the duck. But I'm
Why? If you name Howard the duck, it's going to start wanting a martini.
Who is Howard?
It is an old movie.
Okay.
It's in the comic books from Marvel's comic books.
And honestly, I can't believe my parents let me watch that when I was little. Because then I go and I watch it now as an adult, and I understand what he's saying and doing, and I'm like, I watched this as a kid. Like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, Howard the Duck was also in not Infinity Wars, but in several of the Marvel movies.
A duck?
He looks like a person. It's a big, tall, talks to you and everything else. Howard the Duck. Hang on, I'll bring it up here.
You should name that black and white duck. Name it Moscow or Spetsnaz. Something to do with Russia. Like snow. Spetsnaz, Russian Special Forces.
Yeah. Do you have a pond though? Yeah, that was my. I never seen a pond in Cortney's backyard.
I don't have. Okay. Wait. What did you say?
Yeah. We have to have a pond with your ducks.
No, you don't have to. However, they love water. So, and actually it is really important because a duck needs a little bit of water. That's why they're so freaking messy. They need a little bit of water to dip their beaks in because that's how they clean out their nostrils. They get in there and you'll see them a lot of times. They go and swish around like this, swish their heads around because what they're doing is they're cleaning out their nostrils and stuff. So they do need that water. I do have a giant livestock pond. You can't really see it because the neighbor came over with his backhoe and dug out a huge spot for it. So it's in the ground. So when it rains and stuff, it collects water and the ducks go back there. And what is really funny is the Muscovies actually found it recently. And it's been raining here a lot. Like my whole back field is flooded and they've been out there constantly. And like you'll open the door and it's like little kids. Like you can hear them back there just quacking and having a good time. It's hilarious.
I think it'd be interesting to see what would happen to that water if it's left alone. Would it create, because all the stuff that comes off the ducks has got to be full of seeds and different bacteria. I'd be curious to know what happens to the water after the end of a year.
We have a giant hole in the bottom of our livestock pond that drains out because that's a natural wet area anyway. And it drains out through a tile and goes to the street.
Oh, okay.
So if it doesn't rain a whole lot, there won't be any water in it.
Okay, here you go. Here's Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck. Cool.
This is from the movie.
Oh, there's fishes. Oh, there she is. Okay, here's Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck from the movie Howard the Duck, and then this is Howard the Duck from the MCU. After from Endgame. This is from Endgame.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that. Looks so ugly.
This was at the collector's little museum there in Endgame. But he was in that one, and he was also in another one when Guardians of the Galaxy. When the Guardians of the Galaxy, he was in the collector's addition in Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
Oh, okay.
But
I thought only raccoon was there. Rocket.
Yeah, Rocket was there, but in this one, when the one Infinity Stone, when the one person reached out and grabbed it, and it blew up the collector's collection, that Howard was there with his martini.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who was it out there that said something about getting a kiddie pool? It was Star. Star, okay.
No.
Oh.
Not me.
Oh, easy.
Just an FYI, you'll be filling that kiddie pool a couple times a day.
Not me. Old ways.
One, or super messy. It doesn't matter how much you fill that. The kiddie pool will be brown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. They're disgusting. Ducks are gross.
Ducks are
so not only that, but once they get in there and they start splashing around, there will only be that much water in the bottom of that kiddie pool. So just an FYI, kiddie pools are a great idea if you don't have a water source, but you'll be filling it a lot because they're nasty.
See, Stephanie, you're glad to see Fish's face. What about my face? Why nobody says that to me?
Because you're a dude. You're a guy. That's why.
But the women should say that, right? I mean, not the dudes. I'm not going to expect from Gail or Mr. Bob about it.
They don't say they like seeing my face either.
Much rather see your face.
Yeah, they don't
Star,
even
than any
make comment.
other
art people.
Huh?
Much rather see Star's face than
it's
other
American.
parts.
It's American culture, Star. We just don't compliment. It's great to see you to men. We just don't do it. Sometimes a lady, if she's interested in you, she'll say, "Oh, it's good to see you." That's it. Men don't get compliments in our society.
Yeah, and in all species, in all the kingdom, all the animal kingdom, men are actually beautiful, handsome.
Yeah, that's why we have facial hair like roosters and stuff like that.
Yeah, see,
it's a filter, Storm.
I know.
It really makes me mad that female chickens are not as pretty as the males. Makes me mad.
It's not just chickens. All the birds look ugly. The female,
right.
But that's so the predators won't go after.
I clicked the wrong button.
Oh, I'm like, what happened?
And it's easy for the females while they're sitting on a clutch of eggs in the wilderness to blend in.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, let's get over here.
Stuff with things, man. Oh, she was.
So, Cortney, what kind of bedding do you use for your chickens? Hay or straw or wood shavings?
Sand.
Okay.
I use sand on the floor, like a giant litter box, and then inside of their coop, I'll use like straw, or inside of their nesting boxes, I'll use like straw or wood shavings. But I have like rollaway nesting box.
Yes.
So once they lay, it rolls and
I love the cardinals too. I thought of them right away too. Storm and Stephanie mentioned them. Yep. How bright red the males are, and then the females are kind of dusky with a little muted.
Rollaway nesting boxes are the way to go, though. It keeps the chicken from pecking the egg.
Oh.
If women never invented makeup, would that be same like in the animal kingdom?
What? Say that again?
Maybe.
If we never
wore makeup, yeah. If the makeup was never invented, would women?
I think it has to do with
same as how the animals did.
I think females have a shape, like for at least human beings.
Curvy, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
For me, the most attractive part on a woman's body is her hair and her figure, from hips down, legs. I'm a butt and legs guy. Period.
Well, even from the back, like you've seen artists.
What about the face, Mr. Bob?
How we go in more than men.
Well, as long as it's got a feminine face, that's
of course, not with the mustache and all. Come on, yeah. eyes, great eyes, smile,
Yeah.
and perfect body. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Can
for
be
me,
okay.
the
Given
first
days,
thing that gets my attention is especially like a lady who's got long hair. Man, that catches my attention immediately. And then her butt and legs. That's what I look at.
That's some wild shit, Stephanie.
Okay, Stephanie. I mean, that sounds like a form of grounding. Like you're grounding your garden.
Mm.
It probably would work. I am just I'm not really into all these methods, and I'll tell you why. Because I want to grow food. I don't want to mess around with any methods and not get something. Or, oh, okay, so I did the no-till method, and now, something won't grow because I messed it up, or I don't want to mess around. So I feel I do a little horticulture. I do a little bit of that in my beds, but for the most part, I don't mess around with experimenting with food. Not right now. Now's not a good time to do that.
It's
It's
interesting.
introduced in the 1700s. That's really fascinating, though.
No,
Interesting. Yeah, it sounds like something from Tesla. Almost.
What's
I'll have to look into that stuff. Sounds fascinating.
one thing I enjoy about retirement is I've got all the time in the world to do experimenting with a lot of different things, many different things.
Yep.
But I got a little extra cash, and then I've got
What are you drinking there, Star?
tons of time for experimenting.
Water.
Oh, okay. From a distance, it looked like you were like chugging a bottle of wine.
Oh.
It's got a pinkish tint to it.
Yeah, I was like, what is that?
He's drinking Boone's Farm Strawberry
Did
Hill.
look like that. Boone's Farm.
Gunga water.
I was like, whoa.
All right.
I would die if I drink, I guess. That's what people say.
Yeah, we have to build just soil
That's
down
a
here,
good
right,
question
Glenn?
for you, Star. Is alcohol prohibited in India or in some parts, or not at all?
Thing is that people are not as strong as you are. For example, if I can, I'll take Corky as an example. The amount of wine she drinks, right? That would be like maybe 10 people in India 10 men who drink, and they cannot walk even. They're just like, they go flat on side of the road, and in the morning their wives or somebody will come and collect them. So people, they don't have that much strength to drink alcohol and sit up straight. You people are like really strong in that manner. People are like maybe immune to alcoholism, I don't know, but people here, they're like they drink like this much. That's it. Yeah, they'll be like shouting or peeing on somebody else. Oh my goodness, I don't want to know that.
Yo, Prepper 101. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, I know growing up between two tribes of Indian tribes here that American Indians, they have to stay away from that stuff because it goes right to their head. Just right.
It's like I don't know. Yeah.
Bob, side chat's having a hard time hearing you tonight.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Gunslinger, what are you suggesting there? That I drink a lot?
No.
You can take bets, Gunslinger, at the local
It's a compliment
eateries.
to Corky.
Just don't dare me.
Yeah. No, please don't do that, okay? We like her now. Of course,
No,
we like all the time, but still, let it be.
I meant to say there's a lot of tribes in Alaska, like the Inuits, who their entire villages, they are alcohol free because alcohol has basically destroyed their people.
Yeah.
It almost did here. Yeah. To the natives that I grew up with.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons, one of the highest inmate count in the original McNeil Island State Penitentiary was selling alcohol to the Indians here in the Northwest. That was prohibited, and a lot of folks got locked up for that stuff. How's the microphone now? Can you guys hear me better now?
Much better, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for telling me. Yeah.
All right. I got to get going. I got some stuff to do in the morning. And even though I'm in mountain time, I need to get some sleep. Otherwise, I get totally looking like the
Wednesday's father?
Like Carol.
No, I was going to say I began to look like the ogre from Hansel and Gretel.
You prepping to
I need
endure?
my beauty sleep.
Sweet.
What is sleep?
Have a good night,
I totally forgot about it, Gray Man.
Sleep when you die, man. Keep going. Mm-hmm.
Hey, if I don't sleep some before I die, I'm going to die.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all later.
Have a good night, Gil.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming in.
Well,
right.
Star, what do you think about this, or what? Apparently, some of the Native Americans and some of the Japanese don't have the ability to break down alcohol and digest it. Do you think it's common with people from India also?
Yes, we can digest alcohol, and we can digest milk. So we have the problem. Yeah.
Well, what happens to Indian people if they drink milk? Or
they'll be in the toilet for 3 hours or so.
Oh Lord! Oh wow! Yeah. How about so alcohol is not really? Is it an issue in your society as far as people getting addicted to it and can't get away from it, or not?
Yeah, it's an addiction. I mean, you can see a wine shop, like 3 or 4 wine shops within a kilometer distance to each other. So anybody can buy alcohol. It's mostly women nowadays. So yeah, it just we can digest alcohol. So they get into a lot of fights, and
oh boy, yeah.
And they actually, a lot of people actually die because of pushing each other, and sometimes they get hurt on the back of the head.
I see.
They don't know what's happening, internal bleeding and all. So they even kill each other. They rape, and all of stuff happens when they are in the influence of alcohol. So it's a big problem. It's a huge problem.
Oh wow. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Just curious. I don't know very much about India.
Yeah. But if you are into that, work part, how should I say that? These guys, they'll go build rocks, right? The bricks and all, they lay bricks for the building.
Yeah.
They carry bricks huge, like 20, 30 bricks, or 50 or 100 kilos on their head.
Okay.
Men and women, they drink actually, because it's a painful stuff. So in order to get over it, they drink in the nights. But they don't do stuff like this. They don't fight with each other, and they just go and calm sleep. They get over it, and they get up in the morning, and they can digest. That tribe, they can digest. Yeah.
So they use it like a pain reliever. Okay.
Adventures,
That's interesting.
I really don't suggest having chickens anywhere near your garden. Chickens, and especially if you feed them anywhere near your garden, you are going to get rats.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And with rats come, anything else, and those rats or whatever can eat your garden. I wouldn't have my chickens anywhere near my garden. And having a run around my garden, that seems more like for Chip and Joanna Gaines magazine type deal. I'm not gonna have chickens around my garden.
Kellen, you said that in your Islamic law it is prohibited. I have friends who are Muslims. They drink daru. You know what is daru? Alcohol. So it is prohibited. It's not like a mandatory thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like an Indian culture. Nothing has to do with religion here. Culture trumps all the religions in my country.
Yeah.
That's good. So you have a shot.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm Indian.
What?
What?
Fish is what?
I think alcohol also depends on how you grow up too.
Yeah.
Because my mom and my dad both drank. My mom is Catholic, so drinking is just and my grandmother, German, being German, she would always drink beer. So it was more of a cultural thing
Mhm.
Yeah.
than anything. And so, yes, you drink, but you just don't overdo it. You know, I'm not addicted to alcohol. So, you know,
You should
some
be.
people don't have that cutoff.
Night, Steph.
So, good night.
I want to look that up, Steph. Thanks for bringing
Some
that
people
up.
don't have that cutoff, so that makes it hard
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah. And if
Here I
there's
do
a
that actually.
problem
I
with
throw stuff.
impulsivity,
Yeah.
it goes into all avenues of their life, including alcohol. Like if they're impulsive, and they're even raised that way that you could stop at a certain point, but they have an impulsivity problem, they can't stop.
Best yet, Germany.
I've
Happy
noticed quite a lot of Filipinos I grew up with, and my wife, and every time I go there, I notice that right about 10 p.m. in the Philippines, when people are in a bar setting, I should say, I need to leave. I need to get out of there, because that's where it seems to affect them to a degree to where they want a fist fight, and they're going to go right after the first foreigner they can see. The guys do. Yeah, they want to fist fight you, you know. So I was told that by Filipinos growing up.
Cultures, though, Bob, like it affects the men like that, especially if it's hard liquor.
That even does it with me too, Carol. I don't want to. I got to be very careful with the processed hard liquor, because I want to fight.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know what that is that's in it, but it might be like what you and I were talking about the other night about how our bodies
best yet
process it into even more dangerous chemicals.
That's true. Yep.
To try and digest it. Because Bob and I were talking about that thing that I think you posted it, Court, where it was talking about how it takes the essence out of plants and it's like robbing your soul. But it does freak me out, though, that they call it spirits. Anytime I go by, I will not lie, I go by a liquor store. It's like, just call it liquor. Do you have to call it spirits?
Spirits? Yeah, I never thought about that title at all. Never thought about the definition of that. Oh, that's weird.
It does seem like a spirit hops into them sometimes when they're ready to like fight you, or you see people's personalities totally flip. But that's the only part that I don't like. But Bob and I were talking about like just alcohol poisoning, like how our bodies weren't really necessarily made to handle so much alcohol like that's in drinks now. Like, wine, fermented drinks, sure. But some of the really high alcohol content, it's like baking your insides.
Yeah. Tennessee said something. Tennessee said, well, Bob, but they wear a buck. Well, they weigh a buck and a quarter. He's talking about the Filipinos. That's true, but Asian guys, when they get into a fist fight, it's like it's
death,
life.
Right?
Yeah, it's life and death.
Yeah,
and they really don't process the feeling of pain the same as a Caucasian does. You can beat on them, and they're going to get right back up off the ground and keep fighting. It's they're small, but they're extremely violent.
Bushcrafter.
My body can't process.
They're small. That's a problem. See, if they're like 6 foot, you could actually, punch them, but they're small. They'll punch you in the groin.
They're wiry and fast, though, too.
Or they'll bite your, the private parts and hang on to it. They don't let go.
Star, look at what Old Ways said. It's like fighting a spider monkey.
Yeah. Yeah, like that.
They may be small, and you think you're going to get that shot, and they're gone already, and they're
they're moving right around you, and they'll just do a leg sweep. Now you're down. It's like
So Bob's got.
But if you're like really buff, like like that rock guy, if you're like that, perhaps you can actually throw them. They swing and throw like frisbees. You can do that.
You can lay your hands on them. Some of those buff guys are more stiff because their muscles are so big they're not as wiry.
Not flexible. Yeah, correct. Yes.
And it's flexible. Yep. That was the word I was looking for.
Oh my gosh, the Wickashire is in here.
You made apple wine by accident, Tennessee. That's hilarious.
Yeah, they always get. Yeah, that's a movie, dude. I've seen it in real life. Street fights.
Possums when cornered. Oh my dear Lord.
Almost like possums one corner.
Why don't you call them as Pokemons? It's better terminology.
Pokemons? What's that for? Opossums?
Oh, are you best yet? I used to work at a liquor store.
Pokemons are for
Even when you say
people
it,
like
that's
short and stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
They call
okay.
it so many things down south,
I
though.
know. Well, it's
Package
they call it.
store,
I know. Liquor's fine. Though, but
spirits.
the spirit thing is like.
Yeah.
So when you say Holy Spirit, then does it come from
okay.
church?
It's a little holy one, but I've never seen anybody like beat the crap out of somebody on the Holy Spirit.
If there is a white shop called church, I got some Holy Spirit from there.
There you go. Bob's got his Holy Spirit water.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody gets drunk off of it. We just get cleansed with it when we're.
Oh yes, you are. You used to work at a liquor store too.
Really? You both?
I've worked there at a liquor store
wow.
too. Yeah. Walgreens liquors.
So if you're working there, is it free for you? You don't have to pay?
No.
No.
Unless by chance the bottle is broken or the seal has been messed with,
broken.
then of course you can take that home. They contribute.
Okay.
Contribute.
Did they
See,
go
people
out
who
of
work in
business,
KFC, they get free chicken. That's what I heard.
Wickshire, did they go out of business as soon as pot became legal? I'm just curious. Asking for a friend.
Oh,
He was liquor store manager in Colorado.
No, there's still liquor stores here, and it's been legal. Weed has been legal here for a couple years, I think. So they're still there.
They probably buy double, yeah.
See, in India, you could actually go ahead and buy a liquor store, like what do you call that? Contract. You can have your own liquor, buy a contract, and you can sell. You can be the owner of it. You can take everything that you get, and you can make millions because the rate that you buy and the rate that you sell, the cost is very like 100% more. Are you getting my point?
No,
the bottle costs $50, right? You can sell it for $150. So, you can make that much money.
Make a markup.
I don't know, maybe the topic shouldn't be completely on drugs and alcohol, but one last question for you, Star. Is there a lot of marijuana use in India?
Not legally.
Not legally.
See, that's the thing too.
Do they call
it's
it
like I was always told that the Middle East, obviously they don't drink. They don't drink in the Middle East. That's just their thing. But they don't shy away from smoking weed.
Hashish. Yeah, hash.
Yeah, hashish.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for science, we are getting. We can grow them now for medicinal purposes.
Here, that's funny, Gear, because I was just on Mary's heirloom seeds looking at her calendula seeds, which is a type of marigold. Which one
you know what?
you use?
When I first heard the word calendula, I thought it was some kind of STD.
sounds like something you get in the county lockup.
I was proud that I got the calendula.
I posted the video about the marigold. I said these are calendulas and all. Corky says like, no, those are marigold. Okay, fine. I was like,
oh Lordy.
Yeah, when I was stationed in Panama, I got calendula right through that cyclone fence. I should have known better.
They give you the penicillin for it?
Yeah.
Give you the penicillin for
You don't know. You don't want to know where they injected that penicillin in.
Okay. Very long needle.
The old 1, 2.
Not a nice age either, I've had. Not very comfortable.
So in an hour and a half, I need to go.
Oh, was she, Tian?
Get some stuff for my rabbits today.
No, his chickens are getting ready to lay, so he has to go out there. What do you do, Star? Do you serenade them?
No.
Oh, you lovely birds!
I kind of do that actually. I pick them up and pet them a little, kiss them on the forehead, and put them down. Yeah, I do that. I don't know why.
Isn't opium big? Is opium big in the Middle East too?
I thought it was big in China.
Yeah, I thought it was big in.
There was a war in history, opium war. The Chinese actually smuggled opium into my country and let people be drugged and they invaded. Yeah, and they have killed so many people. There's a lot of stuff.
Do you know who? Did you know? I'm going to tell you something historical fact that the British, the Germans, and the Americans were smuggling opium into China. They would stop off at a port in the island of Macau that was a Portuguese island, and they would exchange the opium for gold and silver bullion. We got the Chinese. It spread like wildfire through China. And then from there, the merchants in China would load it on ships, take it to the Philippines, take it to India, take it to Indonesia, Malaysia.
But the poppies though are grown, I think, in the Middle East. That's why I think Homestead Aquarius.
Yeah.
See, do you know what are poppy seeds?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Poppy seeds.
Yeah.
They're on our bagels here.
Yeah.
They put them on bagels here.
Truck drivers cannot have too many poppy seeds.
Right.
It's very expensive.
Drug tested, it would be on.
Yeah, it's very expensive. And if you put that in a biryani, like chicken biryani, people after eating, they'll sleep a lot. I've seen that.
Oh, okay.
You guys must have the really strong poppy seeds over there.
Oh, yeah. But they're expensive. It's legal. What? What happened?
I bet they are. Ours are like somehow sterilized or something. They just have a little hint. You don't see anybody like, oh, I had too many poppy seeds on my bagel. I need a nap. Here,
no, we put a lot of them in biryanis. I guess that's the reason it's why it's tasty or something.
Yeah, it's not a thing here that I've heard. So yeah, you must have a different cultivar that's a little stronger.
We still have a problem with opium in India.
We do too. It's just in synthetic pill form now more.
Yeah.
But that's
I'll go and get my marigold seeds that I've harvested. I'll show you. Meanwhile, when you come back to that marigold topic, I'll also collect some eggs and all. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, she's coming back?
Your hens will probably like the marigolds. They're edible.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Star. I love you. You know that.
I know.
Did the chicken feed go up like where you are, Cortney?
Yeah. Was $9 a bag, and now it's like $18 a bag.
Oh shit! So okay, alrighty then. It's gone up $7 at least here in Canada.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Another thing that's really cool though is we have a farmer, but he's not going to live much longer. I'm sure he's like 90, and he makes his own chicken feed. You get awesome. It's huge bags of it, and he literally only wants to sell like $7 or something a bag.
God bless that man.
Like for 50 pounds, he makes it all himself. He actually is a big farmer and does all the corn and all of that himself. So
what are those, his cover crops that he's making money off of or something?
Must be.
Probably.
Wow. Really nice.
I can't remember TN, and in fact, I haven't bought it in such a long time because I thought it was expensive then. So right now it's probably super expensive. I don't know. I haven't checked.
Is that Jimmy's cracked corn you're talking about?
And I don't care.
You can tell I've had a little bit of a muscle relaxer tonight for the knot in my back. Woo. Oh my gosh, this chair.
Oh, there's a channel that I found. It's a local historian about the city of Tacoma primarily, and he was showing a trap door underneath that was discovered when they were reworking the waterfront on the city of Tacoma, making it chic, restaurants and all that. But he showed a trap door and a ladder that was underneath one of the docks, and he sourced it and found out that in the 1850s, here in the Tacoma area, Puget Sound, guess what they were smuggling into the city of Tacoma by sea? Chinese laborers.
No.
And drugs, opium.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a same situation from the 1850s in this area that it is now. Illegal aliens and drugs. Nothing changes. Nothing
with
changes.
opium, is that something you get addicted to right away?
Yeah. It's like it's a derivative of heroin, you know.
Yeah, it's what makes
it's
up
very
I think,
dangerous.
heroin, isn't it? It's what makes the sap makes heroin. So
Yeah.
you grow the poppy, you bleed the sap.
Right.
And you can even get sick from the sap, like taking it and then not taking it one day. Yeah. Because people were talking about that as a prep for shift. When I was reading a little bit about it. Sounded kind of scary.
Yeah.
Prep for shift? What's that all about?
A prep for like if shit hits the fan.
Oh, SHT. Okay.
Grow your own.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you can't really do that.
Can I see this?
There's your marigolds.
Yeah. For marigold seeds.
Hey, this is a snack jar, and this is these are how many seeds I got.
Cool. So when the time comes again, you just sprinkle those wherever you want them, and you got marigold seeds.
I also harvested bulbs, but
or marigold flowers.
They built a lot of our railroads. What are those?
The flowers.
Oh, flower heads.
Yeah, the flower heads.
Cool.
Now,
are the calendulas smaller, like the medicinal?
I don't know.
Heads?
Now they're real hard. They're like curved and stuff.
Are they more daisy-like looking? Because I was looking shit too. Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant the seeds. Yeah, calendulas look more like daisies or like
the way they're spread.
Like an orange daisy of some sort.
I might have gotten some, but the store is gone now. It used to carry all that kind of organic stuff. Dang it.
That is so cool.
See, all the people that are like just a little bit like my age, but not educated in Florida, no history, old ways of saying 6 waves of slavery in America.
Well, there's some parts of the world who've never, ever even made an effort to eliminate it. Ever. It's still wide open all over the world, and it's tolerated and it's profitable. So at least we've made an effort to stop it.
Yeah.
We're one of the few countries who have.
If you were on Gills yet or not, when I said we talk about like sexual slavery and all this stuff, but then we edify these girls that are on these platforms making money, being kind of sex slaves. Like they don't come out and say that, oh, you know, my boyfriend is pimping me out, but a lot of situations are like that. It's just weird. Like we edify it because they make so much money.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's mostly because if you let a person be sober, then he or she would be asking the right questions to the government. So government actually, making that possible. So you all be sleeping and addicted. Nobody is actually taking care of the future.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I actually planted the medicinal calendula and made oils and stuff for my son. And,
I remember.
6 inches, yes.
I remember. That's why I asked you. Yeah, Tian, I saw the pictures. That's what it looked like on Mary's heirloom seeds. They were varying heights. So thanks. Yes, it is. Isn't it always?
Yeah.
It's sad though. Like if you really look at the big picture, those kids don't know that they are the slave for the establishment that wants them doing that.
Yeah.
And those
what's the worst STI that you could get?
STI?
Yeah.
You mean STD?
Yeah,
they
probably
call them
AIDS.
both.
AIDS, of course, I suppose.
Yeah, they call them both.
Okay.
Chris said they call
I don't
them
know. I would say hepatitis C.
So
or AIDS or HIV.
Yeah, it's
hepatitis as
Well,
well.
you get HIV first and it turns into AIDS.
Yeah.
So yeah, HIV would be the worst one. But there's so many medications out for it now. Not they have a cure for it, but
no cure.
Yeah, Mrs. told me
It's
that
still a death sentence.
since we have such a porous southern border, hepatitis is on a rampage across the United States.
Believe it.
People aren't even aware of it, but they had to diagnose a new strain of it, like hepatitis D.
Shit.
And they do have medications that can put a stop to it, but you've got to stay on that medication for over a year.
That's just like the HIV medications.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
the hepatitis ones really scare me, I think, the most, because it's not just an STD situation.
No.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
true.
get that going through the drive-through at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and all the folks working in the back in your local restaurant, these folks who are undocumented don't have to go through the process of a medical checkup. They're back there slicing the vegetables for your salad, and
raw
they can.
Oysters are a leading cause of it too.
And any raw food.
Yep.
Any raw food. Someone who has it and has not been through the health check. Yep. Guess what you get to go home with? Yeah.
Yeah, they are always.
That's really scary, and that's why I don't like some of the restaurants around here. They'll hire you for the day.
Yeah. That's where it comes from.
You don't know who they're hiring, and you don't know if they're washing their hands. You don't know.
Ew.
Yep. That's where it comes from. Yep.
And there for a while, like especially after the big C word, we weren't eating at restaurants. Like we were actually kind of scared because we knew damn well that they weren't rotating their stock.
Yeah.
And there for a while, like if we did want to eat out, we would only eat out if the place was busy.
Yeah.
And we knew that they were going to go through their food.
Yeah.
Who was there? Who left?
That was Lewis. He's a Canadian.
Yeah. Sorry, Lewis.
Canadian friend.
I'd see that's why a lot of people will not eat raw food of any kind, even vegetables. They won't eat raw vegetables unless they grew it and they handled it only. And that makes a lot of sense. It really does. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. And of course, tomorrow would have been my mom's 85th birthday, and I was going to order in, but now I'm having a lot of second thoughts about that.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's cooked.
It's not even that. It's not even ordering out. You know how many people have gotten sick because they ordered or they got the fruit at the freaking local grocery store that is already washed and put in containers?
Oh, yeah.
It used to make me so mad when my mom used to, I got some watermelon, and it was like 4 or 5 pieces of watermelon in a container that has already been, they washed it and cut it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I wouldn't even feed it to my son.
Yeah.
Because I'm not taking that risk.
Handle that amount though, probably. Got to give her those turn her onto the little melons. The baby melons.
And yes, I don't eat lettuce from the store. I refuse.
Yeah, don't.
I will grow my own
until I grow it.
The shaking hands thing, it came from the Western culture to India. Before we used to do this, you don't have to touch a person's hand.
Yeah. Asia's like that. Yeah, still.
It's better this way. Now, now we are back to this after 2019.
The other one we have here, and you don't have to touch. We do this. We go sup. Just go sup.
I guess.
Yeah.
If you say that in India, they'll come and fight you. It's like
what? It's disrespectful.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. What are you looking at? What you want some? Yeah.
Yeah, true.
That's how we felt about it when it first came here too. Like, excuse me.
Oh, Lewis, I'm sorry. It's probably melon.
Well, I'm doing a new experiment here. I did similar stuff over at the last house, tearing the threads out of fabric and making it into bird nesting material. And what I did at the other house was, since I had to keep the stuff concealed, I used Elmer's glue and glued it on a toilet paper tube and wired it into some of the shrubbery. And I'm doing something like that now. And I'm running it through my tumbler with some wire and beating it up and making it into sort of a fluff. So my thing is, I got the frogs out there. I want to bring more birds here. So if we get mama and daddy birds out there grabbing stuff out of there, they're going to be hanging out, man.
Yeah.
Let nature eat the bugs. Let nature do it.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Because it really did work at the last place, because it cut down on a lot of the mosquitoes, because they were building nests all over the area.
Yeah.
I won't put food out for the birds, though. I will put out water. I always do every year.
Yeah, the wild muscovies.
Did I say this?
Our grubs and our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Corky gave me this idea like how to pluck the flowers off. I didn't know this.
Yeah, it's called deadheading.
Yeah. So she told me this. I did this, and the plants are almost dead, so I'm gonna pluck them off and put them back in the ground.
They might come right back though in that area if they already drop seed before you got all the seeds.
Yeah, might be. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
What we were saying. Oh, the nests. Oh, the wild muscovies here eat our grubs out of our. You'll see them go in and eat the grubs out of lawns. But we also have these great birds. They're called ibis, and they have that curved beak. I think you might.
Flamingo?
Work? They're
Flamingos.
No, they're not flamingos. They're called an ibis, but we have flamingos, but they're not.
Interesting.
Not all. You never see a flamingo up here. You see them in zoo. You don't. Yeah. But no, we have these ibis, and they travel in packs. And one day I was looking across the canal, and sucker had a snake in its mouth. I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right on. Yeah, eat the poisonous ones, please.
Yes, please. Good job. We like you. Yay. I put up.
Can you eat ibis? They look eatable.
They're really cool. But yeah, I saw the Musco. There was a Muscovy. I don't know if I took a picture of it. It reminded me of
Ellen,
yours.
do you have cow dung with you? If you have cow dung, anything will grow.
Kaylin,
we don't have natural cow dung here anymore.
You lightly sprinkle the seeds. You can just lightly sprinkle and they will pop up.
Soil also, right? Yeah.
It was.
Oh, I called around some of the nurseries here for rhubarb, and most don't have it, but one place does have it, but only in March. And she told me straight out that the source that they get it from, not very good. Yeah, so I might wind up ordering some off of Amazon.
I have
some
seeds,
other website,
but I wouldn't know how to get them to you. But I have rhubarb seeds.
Yeah, they Amazon's got seeds. So does some other websites around.
I don't know how big you are on the internet, Bob, but Etsy has done really good for me. I found some really good. I found my Egyptian walking onions on Etsy, my golden seal, my ginseng, all of that.
I turned you on to that.
Yeah. So, yeah, she did. Yeah. I give all my credit to Carol.
Thank you. I need that credit.
But so far, I was really pleased. If you look on there and you purchase, just make sure they have a good rating. But for the most part, it's worked out fine for me.
Okay.
I'm going to put that on my channel. I have good ideas sometimes. I play like I'm a gardener and I suck at it, but I have good ideas sometimes.
But the place that I found nearby that does have rhubarb, they sell it in March, and it's very affordable. But the employee said it's not very, little tiny chunk of root with a little tiny sprout of plant on it. But only in March, though.
Yeah, like Hort said, you can also check when you check on Etsy. You can go down and see where they're selling from, so you can also see if they're selling local, if they're a local, or at least in your state. So then it's already used to your climate. But it's got to start small, and then it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger.
One thing I've got to do now is get some digging tools, and I've got to kind of trench out around that cherry tree roots, and trench it out. Put some of my homemade fertilizer in there, and let it sit for the rest of the winter, and let it decay and melt in.
Yeah, I saw those anacondas. Thank you very much, Old Ways, for letting me know that they were here.
So, the anacondas.
Yeah.
The real anacondas are in Florida now?
We have is it the green? They call it something green anaconda, I think.
Oh,
It's a big
Lord, no.
python.
Do they
It's
eat
another
Oh.
tiny python.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ginormous.
Mm-hmm.
So we can
Do
eat the
anacondas
small
eat
pythons,
buns?
and then we'll end up with the monster pythons, and we'll make movies down here.
That's just really scary. Well, it's not that scary. I guess you could have a load of really horrible poisonous snakes. At least anacondas, like, they're just big. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they're not poisonous. And
Yeah.
You could actually pickle them and sell them to China.
No, I know that. I went and looked it up always. I was like in shock. I told you I would look it up. I always try and look up.
I could do a business if I come to Florida.
I sometimes have to go in denial. You know, Florida's got a lot of stuff going on in it. So, you know.
Pickle them up, Carol. Sell them to China. You'll make a lot of money.
But then that Swamp People episode came on, and I saw the anaconda too that they caught. It almost looked like a placed anaconda. It was so gentle. They picked it up and started walking with it, and it didn't fight them at all. And they even said that they're like, this must have been a pet that somebody just recently.
It would have to be. I've seen some of those biologists in South America capture and relocate wild anacondas. Baby, they ain't gentle.
No.
They ain't gentle, man.
Even the pythons here aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they will eat your ass. Yeah.
That was probably staged for the cameras. Yeah,
I was thinking that probably. Yeah. But the pythons aren't. They're catching the pythons and
anything that could not listen to us will eat us.
Huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anything that will not hear us will eat us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because
anything we can't reason with, is that what you mean?
No, like hear us. Like snakes don't have ears, right? So they don't know that you are shouting for pain or you're expressing your emotions verbally.
Yeah.
See, if you yell at a chicken, if it's pecking at your feet, it'll run away, right? It'll go off. Even the dog also.
Mm-hmm.
Snakes can't do that, right?
That's interesting. I never thought of that.
Never thought of it like that, but he's right. Yeah. They're so primitive that they have no fear.
Yeah, it might have been digesting something big. Old Ways just said that. No, it had already eaten. That's true. Snakes will be more docile right after they had a big meal.
Maybe if we run out of food, that's what we'll eat. Burmese python and anacondas.
Sure.
So Florida is a place to go.
Just like
I've eaten rattlesnake.
Mm. What you doing, Cortney?
We have the big rodents coming in. Adventures. We don't.
Nothing. What are you doing, Star?
You look like a strawberry.
I do.
Yeah.
My sweater.
Yes.
Homestead saying that I guess the meat of those has high ammonia content, so they're not really that edible. Well, Homestead. That's what I didn't understand was they didn't shoot them; they were catching them on Swamp People.
Oh my God! Is that Gear? Gear Grindin?
Yeah, coming in.
Oh.
Yeah, the nutrients are going everywhere.
Joe is back now.
And eating everywhere. We need to put the nutrients on like a leash and get them up in like all the areas that are overrun with that stuff in Georgia. What is that stuff called that grows over everything?
Kudzu.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Put them nutrients on,
mango,
harnesses, and let them at the kudzu.
Do goats eat kudzu? Do you think, or do you know, or do goats eat kudzu?
Yes, they'll eat it.
What
is we can eat it. It's edible.
Oh, okay.
We can't keep up with it.
Kudzu.
Kudzu.
Kudzu. Oh, K-U-D. Okay.
Yeah, just look up Georgia kudzu. Look up state of Georgia kudzu.
Oh, the velvety flowers. Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Okay.
No, it's not just in Georgia anymore, but that was where the overrun first started. People started noticing it.
It has the right climate for it. I understand it was imported to help stop soil erosion, and then it just went crazy. Well, it's like this. Have you ever heard of Scotch broom?
Yeah, I think so.
It's all over here in Western Washington, and it was brought in to stop soil erosion, and it just went crazy. Oh man, that's people who have allergies. Scotch broom just kills them. You know, it grows between the highways and all everywhere here. You know.
Homestead, that's so stupid. Do you know how many we could get, like, away, like, just kill them? Like, because how many people really want to go on a big python?
Not me.
But
Nobody.
take out a
I
revolver
stay
and
away
shoot it in the
from.
head? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
A lot more
Yeah.
people do that.
Get a 12 gauge and whack.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because they're hand catching those things. But I mean, it is Swamp People and it is TV.
Yeah, it's
I
entertainment.
don't know if they have like a snake noose. I have to ask that.
Do they speak Slytherin?
Yeah, my snake news is I call it Mossberg 500.
I'm feeling a
Boom.
little better thanks to my meds. Still have that knot though. I just took magnesium. It's starting to help it. Magnesium.
Can anybody do a snake accent, like where you drag the S like this?
Certainly.
You can roll our R's and do our S's.
Thanks. I can't do that.
Predator. The Predator
By the way, I emailed you and
Okay.
I sent you a card that I got from M.I. Gardner. If you use the code, you can get 10% off your order.
That's what I thought.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Courtney. I haven't checked my email.
Yep. And I sent you a picture of the card, so let me know if it shows up. If not,
okay.
I'll just like type the code out for you, so you can go on the website and get 10% off.
Okay. M.I. Gardner, I think you told me about that the other day. I might still have it up here on my tabs up on top.
I need the one with the noose, Kaylin. Those snake grabbers are like a kind of a joke. The length of them, not the grabber, but the length.
We have what's the other one apart from Uber?
I want to. What I want is a pet predator, like on the movies. I want to have one of those as a pet.
Yeah,
Predator. Yeah, like on that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie and all that. Yeah, Predator. I want one of those as a pet.
Those are ugly.
I don't know
You better have an alien.
I think it was Ginger.
Alien is shorter and cuter.
There's like something going around that there are things like that. It's not Bigfoot, but it's like Predator.
Lift.
What?
Uber also
who's saying that? What?
No, it was like a video that was going around that they were like blurry people or blurry things. I don't know if
cloakers.
It sounds like a multi-dimensional crap thing. Scary thing. Anyway, it likes to grab children. It's the disappearances, of course, in the forests, like you like to go into, Bob.
You used to.
Just vanish.
Check out a channel called Squatchin' with Barb and Gabby. She got one on film.
Cool.
She did.
I've always wanted to squatch with a girl named Barb.
Me too.
I've been out with that group. I've been out in that group with that group for a while, and she caught one of those cloakers. That she calls it. Look for the video on her channel called The Cloaker. I'll see if I can find it.
Oh, so they call it. Old ways of saying she calls them glimmers.
Glimmers.
Cloaker sounds more like what Predator was doing, and it looks like Predator. The way you could kind of see that something's there, but it's still clear. It's just blurring the atmosphere a little bit.
I got one of those.
Don't even go talking about
Wendigo.
I got one of those on film also when I was out squatching, but it was invisible to our eyes, but the cameras could see it. I've got it on a zip drive up in my safe.
Interesting, Skinner.
Oh, here, let's see if I can.
Oh my gosh, Gear. Well,
what is
better than what Homestead has. He has the cat herders who like to feed all the wild cats and don't get them fixed. Oh, it's so nice. Look at how many there are.
It may not matter.
They must have never wanted to have chickens or quail.
We have people who actually come and catch the dogs, all they do is um, they remove their reproductive stuff and they leave them back on the streets. Yeah, they don't euthanize them. You can't euthanize dogs here. You'll be jailed.
Yeah, they euthanize dogs in America and cats. They're called kill shelters. But the sad thing is then these non-kill shelters get some that are really off the wall and can't necessarily be in families. Like maybe they would be good with a trainer or behaviorists, and they keep recycling the pet out. And they don't sometimes come up front with, hey, this pet has had issues.
That's a link to that Cloaker video with up in Greenwater. I know Barb. I used to go out with that group a couple of years ago. I got away from that group because it just became so political, and it was mostly women, and a bunch of them were man haters, and it just was not comfortable to be there as a man. It just,
I guess not, because they would feed you to the Squatch first.
No, that was the least of my worries. I was not respected as a human being by some of them, and they made it really uncomfortable and very clear that that only I don't want to go into it. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, I would believe it. The Wickershire. I live in Florida. What the people own as pets is funky. Yep. You see that even like it's really weird. How the hell they get gators up north in their basement.
I know. That's scary.
What the?
My policy is if you can't cuddle your pet, don't get it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Although beardies, the bearded dragon lizards, are not really
I've seen them cuddling.
They're not cuddly texture wise, but they are.
But they actually come and hug you, right?
Yeah, they'll come and hang out with you, and they're social.
Well, they must have a pretty fairly intelligent, yeah.
Yeah, they must be, yeah.
They remember who feeds them, I think,
oh my gosh, somebody had one electric eel. I was just reading it and it jumped.
Oh boy, no.
Cougar, the cart, and older woman. The cat.
Eels? I don't want no damn eel. Ooh,
yeah, especially an electric one.
Yeah.
They had the Gaboon Viper, then they had a certification to have it, and if they didn't, yeah.
Can we create electricity from those eels?
What?
I guess they can generate electric shock. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine
I saw a lady who. Oh, sorry, about to start. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I saw a lady in Arizona. She has a channel. Her channel's it's her and her husband living off grid in Arizona. It's actually kind of interesting, but she found some of those like kangaroo mice babies, and she rehabilitated them and then let them go. And sure enough, they're all back leg. They're the wildest looking things.
I saw those in Nevada, Carol, out in the wilderness, out in the desert. Yeah, they were the weirdest thing, man.
They're cute though. They're kind of cute. But boy, they took off as soon as she tried to place them in a area. They boop, there they go.
I even saw some road runners out in the Nevada desert too.
Oh, cool, Bob.
Boy, they are speedy. Boy, yeah. Oh wow, man! That's why they made a cartoon about them. Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
That is very cool. She found also one of the Arizona. Is it the centipede? And had that, brought it in and put it in an aquarium and was watching it and feeding it just to observe it. She wants to learn about what's around her. Oh my gosh, the legs. She's like, what I found very interesting is even when it's not moving, the legs don't necessarily stop moving. And you see them moving like it's got that twitch like, I get with my nerves. It's like twitching here and there along its body, its little legs. Even when it's like looking like it's trying to sleep. It's like, that would suck.
Oh, I got to break the bad news to Mrs. She got a new crock pot and she made some beef stew for me, and I opened it up today, and there was something wrong with the thermostat and it burned it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like, oh. She's out of bed. She got off work early. I just saw her walking through the living room. So,
well,
like,
I made a big mess tonight. My dinner looks good, but if I tell you how I made it, I think you would think I was nuts. I don't have a food processor, and my husband does not like chunks of onion cooked. Like, he doesn't like the texture. So I'm like, screw it. I'm putting the onion in the blender, and then yeah. So then I scoop some out to do for the sauce later, and I'm like, well, while I'm doing that, I'm just going to throw the eggs in there. I'm going to put the breadcrumbs in there. Soon enough, I'm like, screw it. I'm going to put the meat in there.
You made a meatloaf then, huh?
Basically, yeah. It was like a meat. It was like, it was kind of like that chicken tender slime. What it looked like after. I was like, okay, well, this is really easy to make into patties, but
I need to ask a question. Do you people eat meat every day?
Not every day. Most of us, yeah, some form, or we eat
something like bacon or
cheese,
or cheese. Yeah,
I eat cheese pretty much every day.
Fish.
I've tried to come off. Yeah, fish is. Yep.
I've tried to come off
where you live. Sometimes.
I've tried to come off the cheese. It just doesn't happen.
It's hard. I've got 2 packages of Mexican shred in my drawer, organic.
That's one of those things we inherited from the Europeans is cheese.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Europeans.
Europeans. Yeah, Europeans.
Europeans got me addicted to melting cheese at night and eating it. We should just apply it to
I like cheese. It's so good on pizza. Even though it gets stuck here in my teeth, between teeth, like this, you can't eat that in a restaurant. I mean, like, people will be pulling, you know. You should see people eating pizza in my country. You know, you take a slice, right, and you bite into it. They don't bite the cheese off. Like they pull like this. So you can see the threads like this coming out of people's teeth everywhere.
Oh my Lord!
They've probably seen it on TV and think that's the way you're supposed to eat it.
No, European, not European. European.
It's a commercial thing. Like, they do that.
People, I thought, I should get a scissors next time. Perhaps I could cut it while eating.
I think that would be hilarious. All of a sudden, you take out scissors and do that to people.
Yeah.
Good for you, Adventures.
Yeah.
The only sugar I have in my coffee is in the whipped cream that I'm using right now.
People actually, they complain a lot about like drinking sodas which has sugar. You people like drinking sugar. Take a look at this. And
you're drinking your calories.
Yeah, but in India, people drink tea like 6 to 7 times a day. You know how much sugar they consume?
Not good. And I think that's why their teeth are the way they are.
Yeah. 6 to 7 tablespoons of sugar. They just pour it inside the tea and mix it and drink.
Oh my Lord! Oh
yeah, and they tell me, "Oh, look at you drinking Coca-Cola. You're drinking a lot of sugar, dude. I drink 1 glass, maybe 1.5 at most. That is like twice or thrice in a week when I'm like really tired working in the garden. You drink 7 or 8 times tea in a day." With lots of sugar in it. People consume like 2-3 kilos of sugar in a week just for tea.
Yeah. Well, here in the US, Southern sweet tea is a real big thing. It's got a lot of sugar in it.
I get it. I get why they love tea so much.
Yeah.
I love sweet tea. However, I don't want to be a diabetic.
Yeah. Like diabetes in a cup.
Maybe every once in a while I have myself a sweet tea, but no.
Yes, 4 grams of sugar. Yeah, true.
I like it sweetened with lemonade. If I have it sweetened, I like the sweet to come from the lemonade and do like half and half. And I'll do like just plain tea with the sweet lemonade.
There's a thing called Assam tea. It's very high in flavor and very expensive. People drink. People even they sell their stuff to drink that tea. Oh my goodness.
20-liter
Lots
pot.
of tea.
Oh,
the Brits came in and gave tea.
He's looking at diabetes.
Yeah.
2 liter of pop in like 15 minutes. That's not good.
Oh Lord. Oh no.
No.
Yeah,
His liver
not a-
hates him probably by now.
Sugar
And
is
probably, I
important.
wouldn't be surprised if he ends up with kidney stones doing that.
Well, I'm gonna bounce out, guys. Good to talk to y'all.
It's
Yep.
good to talk to you
Yes,
too.
it's called
I've
the
been on
Onward.
for 2 hours, so
Yeah, I'll
I'm
keep
gonna
you guys.
end as
Love
well.
you.
But thank you guys for coming in tonight. Thanks for hanging out. I had almost 31 people in here, so thank you.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
I will be live Sunday night, and we will see you all then. I'll probably have some wine by then. Right now, I'm out. That's why I'm not drinking. But we'll see y'all later, and y'all have a good night. Peace.
Peace.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye, adventures. And I don't know